Hello everyone. Now the second concept is you have a boat and you want to cross the river in the shortest time. Now what you have to do? We have to make the diagram at first. Now let's assume that these are the river banks and you have a boat. Okay, and the river is flowing in this direction. The river is flowing in this direction. That means in this direction, right? The river is flowing in this direction and you want to reach from point A to point B, from point A to point B, right? So initially what you have done, you just start following this path. You just start following this path. That means the whatever the path I have shown in this diagram, that means the line joining between A and B, you just start sailing your boat from point A to point B. In this direction your boat is traveling. Now what happens due to that downstream flow of that river, your boat will not follow this path, this straight line. Your boat will be deviated from its original path with an angle of theta and it will reach at point C. Now initially you wanted to reach at point B, but now you have reached at point C. Now initially what was your velocity? That is equals to v1, but we know that the velocity of the river in this direction, that is equals to v2, right? But what should be the relative velocity? The relative velocity, that is equals to v over here. Now, due to the flow of the river, you just deviated from your original path and you reached at point C. Now, in this case, you know what is V1, V2 and V over here. That's why I'm not writing. So, what should be the relative velocity? What should be the relative velocity of your boat with respect to that of river? That means relative velocity, that is equals to, we will follow the triangle law of addition, that means of v1 vector plus of v2 vector, right? Then in this case, if it is a right angle triangle, if you just apply the Pythagoras theorem also, then the magnitude of v vector, that is equals to under root of v1 square plus of v2 square, right? Now what is the question is asked? Now if you have traveled from a point to that of C point, then an extra distance is covered by you, right? In this case, an extra distance is covered by you. Now how to find out that what should be the minimum time taken by you to cross the river? Then you should assume that the width of the river, that is equals to S, and you have traveled an extra distance, that is of from B to C, the extra distance is X, right? That's the extra distance. So what should be the value of AC? We can say that the value of AC, that is equals to under root of s square plus of x square, right? The resultant distance or the displacement between the 2 points, that means the A point and the C point, the displacement between these 2 points, that is equals to under root of s square plus of x square. Now how to find out the time taken by you to cross the river? That means time taken by you to cross the river, that is equals to distance by speed. Now what is the distance over here? Distance is equals to AC and the speed, and that's the relative velocity. Now here AC is equals to under root of s square plus of x square and V is equals to under root of V1 square plus of V2 square, where V1 is the velocity of your boat and V2 is the velocity of the river, right? So in this case you can find out the minimum time taken by you to cross the river if you follow the path AB, right? Now in this case sometime it is asked that you have to find out the angle of theta also, so you can take any of your trigonometric function, but it will be better if you take tan of theta. tan of theta, that is equals to v2 by v1. In maximum times it is seen that in all of the numericals the value of the velocity of your boat and the velocity of the river is given. That's why it will be better to find out the tan theta. Then it will be it will be very easy to find out the value of theta. Okay. And in this case also, if you take tan theta, that is equals to v2 by v1, you can do one another thing. And I hope you guys have already drawn that diagram. That will be easy, because in this case I'm just going to scroll it up. Now if I take tan theta, what will happen? Tan theta, that is equals to whatever I have just told you, that is equals to v2 by v1 you will get, right? Another thing you will get, that is equals to x by s. If you see your diagram, then you can see that x is the perpendicular and s is the base, whatever we have just assumed in this figure. So from these two comparisons, you will get the value of x also, that x is equals to v2 by v1 multiplied by s. So this is a new expression by which you can find out the extra distance traveled by you when you are just start sailing your boat from via the path AB, right? As you can see in this diagram, that if you take tan theta, it can be said that that is equals to x by s also. I hope you guys have understood that concept. If you have any problem in understanding that, see the video again and just reply me in the class that which portion is your doubt. I can clear the doubt or I can repeat that concept again. Okay, thank you so much.